Now access statements of 5 army witnesses. And these statements debunk the entire Malegaon blast narrative. It appears to have been a concoction. This exclusive investigation by Republic is raising the question, which I hope the rest of the media have the courage to also ask. Were all the accused fixed? The rest of the media must stop imagining that the people of the country won't ask them questions. They must ask, was everything in the Malegaon case fabricated? And will all those who floated the Hindu terror bogey speak now? Take a look at this exclusive report and then we debate.
A bomb placed on this motorcycle in Malegaon exploded, killing 7, injuring many more in September 2008. What followed was a conspiracy that will send chills down your spine.
बहुत दिनों तक इसलिए मुझे प्रेशर बना के रखे थे, इसलिए मुझे थ्रेट दे रहे थे कि केवल और केवल 5 आरएसएस के नाम जब तक तू नहीं लेगा तब तक तेरे को छोड़ेंगे नहीं, बाकी आरोपी को जैसा हश्र किया वैसा तेरे भी करेंगे, तेरी जिंदगी बर्बाद कर देंगे.
A young Sadhvi Pragya was arrested by the ATS, driven to a state requiring hospitalization, and visuals from the time show she could barely walk straight anymore.
I'm happy about whatever has happened in the sessions in High Court and Supreme Court.
Malegaon blast accused Lieutenant Colonel Purohit got bail after 9 years in jail.
About whatever has happened in the sessions in High Court and Supreme Court.
How do you look at it when you compare it to that case?
Ma'am, I can't say anything about that. Okay. About my case, I'm happy about whatever has happened in the sessions in High Court and Supreme Court. Now Sessions Court will listen to my plea.
Are you hopeful now of getting relief from the trial courts?
Yes.
But they continue to fight the Hindutva terror tag.
मुझे नहीं पता था इसका कारण क्या है, क्यों मुझे पीटा जा रहा है. जो मुझे बाद में पता चला कि वो कहलवाना चाहते थे कि तुमने एक विस्फोट किया है और मुस्लिमों को मारा है.
It was not only physical, mental and moral, it was psychological also, and they tried to break us. They said that we will rape your daughter, we will rape your wife.
1 week after we exposed the missing narco-analysis mystery in the Malegaon case, today I have accessed a statement of 5 army witnesses. In the interest of justice and a fair trial, we won't reveal the name and identity of the witness. But what they say are scathing.
The revelations raise big questions for those who floated the grim Hindutva terror theory.
प्रतिक्रिया एक ही है, वो इस देश को हिंदुत्ववादी बनाना चाहते हैं.
साध्वी प्रज्ञा
मैं वही बताना है, साध्वी प्रज्ञा नहीं तो दूसरी कोई है क्या? वही है.
So were statements that did not exist fabricated by the ATS? Was it all an attempt to fix Lieutenant Colonel Purohit? Was the Malegaon investigation the biggest Malegaon fraud? Let's debate.
Statement 1 MR. Now I am shown page 2, statement 1 MR. Now I am shown portion marked A of my statement. I had not stated so to the police. I cannot assign any reason as to why the said facts are mentioned in my statement. What does this mean in legal terms?
This means that this witness is turning hostile. And not only he is turning hostile, I am told around more than 24 people have turned hostile. And the only person who has to turn hostile to this, I was jokingly referring it to Colonel Purohit the other day, was that the IO has to turn hostile. The IO has to say that, to come to the court and say, look, I did not intend to bring all these evidences because all these were fabricated. And I was compelled to do this by the powers that be on that day. They sat on my head and got this. This whole thing is something which is completely fabricated and completely concocted.
But what this means, Alisha, and I must say that you have done an absolutely brilliant job of getting these documents out, and I really hope that other journalists and other reporters take your cue and stop trying to bury this. What this means, Alisha, is that Colonel Shrikant Purohit was fixed. Is there any doubt, Alisha?
Yes.
Well, this is a question, Arnab, because is it a joke? Because we see the five statement of an army personals, and what they are saying that I do not know, I do not recollect what the police are saying. We do not recollect whether police has recorded my statement or not. So this is statement number 2. If we see the statement, it stated I have not stated the forehead things to the police. What other? I had not stated so to the police. These are the statement which is being given to the court, and they are saying that in the statement that was recorded back then in 2008, and now it says that they don't have. They never recorded statement.
Is there one where statement 5 where there is also the threat of ATS officials? Where one person says, I am a colonel of the Indian Army, be gentle with me, and then point number 5, you want to read it?
Yes.
Point number 5 in statement 5, because it reveals a lot, Alicia.
Well, yes, we have the statement, and it clearly says that I am not remembering my statement at this moment. I am requesting them to be fair, as I am a colonel of Indian Army, and to be gentle with me. 2 to 3 officials of ATS threaten me to oblige them, otherwise they will send me to Arthur Road jail.
So it was a clear threat given out, Sanju, that you oblige us, otherwise we will send you to Arthur Road jail. And the sad thing is that these are army officers. The Congress government was fixing, targeting, threatening army officers to create a narrative that Hinduism is promoting terrorism. This is the reality. There's no running away from it, Sanju.
Yes. Arnab, first and foremost, kudos to your team for carrying out such a thorough investigation, which obviously is not being showcased by other media houses, though it needs to. Coming to the moot point, I think we're very quickly, we've had this discussion a couple of days back. I'll just say a couple of things. Point number 1, the narco analysis report, as per law, had to be shared with the accused. Now, be it Sudhir Chaturvedi, Sudhir Dwivedi, Colonel Purohit, Ramesh Upadhyay, Sameer Kulkarni, Ajay Rahirkar, or for that matter, Sadhvi Pragya. The narco analysis report was not shared with a single accused, which is against the law. Which is against the law. Point number 2, I heard a very scathing interview of Major Ramesh Upadhyay a couple of hours back on your channel, and I was appalled when he made a very interesting disclosure. He said that the statements made by the accused under section 164 of the CRPC, he said that the original statements never reached the Bombay High Court.
No.
The Bombay High Court had to make do with Xerox copies, which is unheard of. Which is again something that is completely not within the legal framework. Point number 3, Arnab, I will repeat what I said last week, that there are 2 judges who we need to keep in mind here. One, when A.K. Lahoti was the NIA judge. A.K. Lahoti is on record. If you read the entire investigation paraphernalia, A.K. Lahoti says that 2 ATS officers who were very critical to the entire investigation, despite repeated reminders, refused to participate in the probe or make public the findings that they had access to. Point number 4, Mr. Prashant Sitre, who then took over as the special judge of the NIA court. He is on record to say that there was no corroborative evidence, no material evidence, at best only circumstantial evidence. Now how can you incarcerate people only on the basis of circumstantial evidence? Sadhvi Pragya had to spend 9 years in jail without a proper investigation, with false Xerox copies of CRPC's 164 statements. Sadhvi Pragya was tortured. Major Ramesh Upadhyay was threatened. Ramesh Upadhyay was told, we will rape your daughter. We will rape your wife. We will beat up your son.
Please tell me,
shut
in this
up
court
and don't
of
give a
law,
bhashan.
is narco analysis
The
to be considered as a primary evidence?
Reporting into then Home Minister P. Chidambaram,
for the defense
the
simply on the basis of a narco analysis report. A narco analysis or a polygraph test
will P. Chidambaram come clean? Why was Sadhvi Pragya? Why was Colonel A.K. Purohit? Why was Major Ramesh Upadhyay? Why was Sameer Kulkarni? Why was Sudhir Dwivedi?
we have a case here.
Why were these people incarcerated without a proper investigation?
We have a situation here of fixing. Let's be clear, right, Alisha? This is a case of fixing. This is a case of fabrication of evidence, right? Now
everything is being fabricated now.
Well, I mean, just a moment, please. Let me tell you one thing.
This man is living in a la-la land of his own.
Yeah, absolutely. Lokesh,
Everything is to be in Andhbhakti, isn't it?
Lokesh, you tried to fix...
You know, you are the Andhbhakt of Rahul Gandhi, who's a champion in losing elections.
You are the Andhbhakt. Your world is something different, madam. You live in a different world. For you, everything is one person, and he is the incarnation of God. Everything good that happens is in worshipping that one person.
You are a blabbermouth.
अरे कुछ नहीं आता मैडम, आपको कुछ नहीं आता. भक्ति करो आप. भक्ति करो आप.
Section 164
I'd like
statements.
I'd like Mr. Ramesh Upadhyay now to come into the debate. Mr. Upadhyay. Mr. Upadhyay, just a minute. Mr. Upadhyay and Mr. Sandeep Singh, can you come into the debate? And Atikur and Chandrasekhar Jha. Mr. Upadhyay, your interview there has got a lot of reactions. You said that there were very personal threats made at that time. So what we have here is fabrication of evidence, right? Fixing of army officers in a predetermined manner, trying to lead the investigation in a certain way, okay? And today the situation is 29 witnesses have turned hostile, but fabrication of statements by army officers to fix Colonel Shrikant Purohit and therefore to fix the whole Malegaon case is very significant. Can you tell us more about what kind of threats you were put under? Can you elaborate on them so people get to know in great detail?
I was personally being beaten up, slapped, thrown on the floor, and Param Kroor Singh was dancing on my chest and threatening me. He was telling that he will rape my daughter, he will rape my wife. They not only threatened me, they went to my daughter's in-laws' place, searched their houses, just to boycott us in the society, so that everybody calls my daughter a terrorist family. My house owner was threatened. My luggage was thrown out. I did not have a place. No, anybody who wanted to support me anywhere was threatened by the police, and lot many inconvenience was caused to my family. We were financially ruined, socially we were boycotted, politically, except for a few people, nobody came in support. I'm thankful to BJP, they came in support. And during that interrogation period, when the then DGP Anami Rao was threatening to pulverize my buttocks, Mr. Karkare, he told me...
Ramesh ji, I believe you are a terror accused.
If you do not know, learn it. I was being threatened. Karkare was telling me...
So, terror
1 minute, let him complete. Atikur Rahman, Atikur Rahman is revealing something. I need our viewers to hear this, please. 1 minute. Let him complete, please.
Karkare told me that he has already received...
Just 1 minute, let him complete, please. Thank you.
Karkare told me that he has already received the name of Mr. Purohit, and he is to be arrested because he is involved in the blast. I asked him, sir, he is a serving colonel, earning quite a lot, and he has got a status in the society. He is an army officer. He cannot even think of that. He said, I have received inputs from the center. I have to arrest him. This was, so the whole thing was...
Karkare told you that he had received instructions from the center.
He told me. Yes, Mr. Karkare told me. And there is a witness also. If you search, there is a police officer. He was inspector of the rank, in front of whom this was told. What has happened is...
I just 1 minute, Mr. Upadhyay. Viewers, you're watching this program tonight, and I have just one question. Why is Republic the only network which is exposing this? Is the material not there in the public domain? Can it not be accessed? Can these testimonies not be put out? Or is it that the rest of the media was also complicit with it? If you look at the historical records, Sandeep, I'm sorry to say this, that's why I know the rest of the media doesn't like me. But the fact is, if you look at the historical records, you will find, Sandeep, that a lot of people in the media were complicit in pushing the narrative of the Malegaon Hindu terror case, because they did that, Sandeep, right, to ingratiate themselves to the Congress establishment, and so handouts were given. That's a fact. Everybody,
yes, exactly.
Is it Sandeep that they did not know what Ramesh Upadhyay, the torture he went through? Is it that they did not know, the torture? When you see Sadhvi Pragya, that picture is in my mind all the time. I want to run it full frame. That when Sadhvi Pragya is coming out, of quote unquote custody, when you see her situation, I want to ask you, Sandeep, was the media blind? Did they not see what was done to her? But they did not ask a single question. Yes, please, Sandeep.
Arnab, congratulations and thanks for bringing this out. Media was an extension of Congress party. We have seen it. They won't speak against Hindu torture or Hindus being called terrorists. And we have seen it even today. You know, the Richa Chadha abuse, and Congress party jumped on to support Richa Chadha. So Congress was doing it and media was complicit in it, what you call Lutyens media. And we have seen it time and again. And actually, Republic has changed, some of them to start following you and start taking up the national causes and the Hindu issues. Without Republic, no media was doing that. So that way you certainly deserve a lot of congratulations and kudos, Arnab, and your team. And I'll request you to put out the name of the police officers who were threatening these people, because we just can't name Karkare and let others go. Because if you notice, for the human rights issue of Islamic terrorists, army people and police people are hounded. And here, innocent people were convicted or framed as a terrorist, and we can't let them go away.
No, I think without a doubt on my program, Sadhvi Pragya named Parambir Singh very clearly. And right now, I think the person called Param Kroor Singh by Ramesh Upadhyay is a reference to the same individual. Is that the individual you're referring to, Mr. Ramesh Upadhyay?
That fellow is Parambir Singh.
Right.
And I want to add also that on every occasion when I was presented in the court, I repeated this story which I am telling you. The media was present, the house was full, and nobody reported. I only hope that Sanju Verma was there, at least to take up the case or at least to present to the media. She was not there. She joined BJP later on. But, people were not defending us. And even if somebody wanted to defend, they were threatened by ATS. On 5 army officers have been threatened. They have come to the court and they have told that they were being
So should there not be any action against those in the ATS? I mean, is this going to go unpunished, MR? What we need is action, right? What about those? The ATS?
Arnab,
yes.
Arnab, Ramesh ji can bear it out that RDX was planted by ATS. There was no RDX that was found in any of the accused home, and it emanated from the ATS.
And is it surprising? Is it surprising that in the tenure of the same police officer, RDX was used in another case? You know, in another case, we all know. Now the question is, 1 minute. Just question being this now, Lokesh, Republic is on the case, we're investigating it. Lokesh, Republic is on the case, we're investigating it. Lokesh, you're not going to like it, we are going to investigate it. Lokesh, we'll investigate it, Lokesh. We'll investigate it, Lokesh. You don't like these things, Lokesh. You didn't like my investigation on the NBFC scam either. No, we are going to investigate it, Lokesh. We give a damn, Lokesh. We are going to investigate it, Lokesh. I think all the politicians involved should also be questioned. This is the start, Lokesh. You know how it happens when Republic picks up something. This is the start.
No, I won't let this be done. I won't let this be done. Have some decency. Please do
Who are you not to let it get done? We don't need you.
Sacrifice his life for the country in the 26/11 attack.
Why are you giving a platform?
My question is on the Malegaon case. My question is on the Malegaon case right now. And
no, it's on the Malegaon case.
1 minute on the Malegaon case, Lokesh. Now don't disturb. I want to bring in Atikur C. We must realize that for years, witnesses and statements have been out to support the innocence of Colonel Shrikant Purohit. Okay? Former IPS officer had revealed how Purohit shared vital information, right, he was commended for his work. Shrikant Purohit has submitted to the court that the Nashik police chief, whose jurisdiction covered Malegaon, had commended him for his valuable work as an army intelligence officer. At least 59 witnesses had deposed before the army's court of inquiry. Please understand one very essential thing, my friend. See, Atikur, understand, Atikur, there is no Hindu-Muslim angle here. Please understand, Atikur. I want you to, because sometimes otherwise, you see, what happens is we deal with mindsets. We are not here as Hindu or Muslim, Atik. We are here as Indians. I don't want Pakistan to get away. Do you understand what I'm saying, Atik? If it was not done by an Indian and this Hindu terror theory was fraud, it is your responsibility. It is your as a citizen to say this is wrong. See, Atik, if tomorrow somebody accuses you and say, no, you are an Islamist terrorist, my response to the situation will be on the basis of fact, not on the basis of a communal bias. We cannot have a communal bias because Colonel Shrikant Purohit happens to be a Hindu. And so it's very easy to say Shrikant Purohit is a Hindu terrorist, Ramesh Upadhyay is a Hindu terrorist. They are citizens of this country. And I think I need you to explain one thing to me tonight. Why won't you look at the facts? Alisha, you're here. You tell him. Why won't you? Why will you come with a preconceived agenda? Why won't you look at is Alisha lying about the facts, Atik? Alisha, tell him. Jhoot bol rahi hai kya? Alisha is not lying about the facts, Atik? Isn't she one of the best reporters of the Republic Media Network? Is she making up these papers, Atik, you tell me? Is she making up these papers? Have I not seen these documents? Why? So what? If it was a lie, it was a lie, Atik. It was a lie for you and for me. And for Sanju.
Exactly.
It was a lie against our nation. And it was used by the Pakistanis.
Arnab,
may I come in for a bit?
I just want him to answer and then I'll come in. Yeah.
The manner in which Shri Hemant Karkare's, Shaheed Shri Hemant Karkare's name was used on this debate proves that the cult called Hindutva, the theory gets proved.
Now again, anti-Hindutva and all, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Okay, so
how dare you support?
Now one point. I have only Atik on the debate and MR right now. Atik and MR are on the debate. I'll tell you, ask you one question, Atik. Atik, listen to me. P. Chidambaram said, Atik is on the debate. P. Chidambaram said that the recent phenomenon of saffron terror on the Malegaon blast, and this argument was it used or not by P. Chidambaram? Did P. Chidambaram talk about saffron terrorism? Did he not say? Did he not say? I'm asking you, listen to me. One minute, listen to me. Did P. Chidambaram, listen to me.
Call Hindutva killed and eliminated him.
He's repeating himself. He's repeating himself, poor guy. He has no other point to make. Let me make a quick point.
I will repeat 1,000 times.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. One minute. Atik, Mr. Upadhyay has made certain comments. Okay, those are his comments. Okay, this is a live show. You don't agree with the comments. It's fine. You've registered your point. Now let's go to the moot point. One moot point is this. There was a lot of emphasis on the saffron terrorism, Hindu terrorism, right-wing Hindu terrorism angle. Was there not? MR, moot point. Was there not, MR?
Yes, Arnab, now...
That is the moot point.
Can you tell me why Colonel Purohit is demanding in-camera proceedings?
There is so much of Islamic terrorism that was allowed by the UPA. They wanted to counterbalance the narrative and they wanted to create this Hindu terrorism to counter the factual existence of Islamic terrorism in India.
Can be levied
and
against
that is how this P. Chidambaram, this other Union Home Ministers, all of these guys got together. That is why I say that requires a counter investigation by NIA.
I think there needs to be a deep investigation. I agree with you. I would say, yes, I agree with you. I would say, and Chandrasekhar Jha, I would say that if there is no problem, nothing wrong was done. I think the government should start a new NIA investigation with a deep investigation, Mr. Jha, to investigate the plot behind the Malegaon fraud, and that should be done.
Arnab, may I come in?
No, I just want Mr. Jha to come in, coming to you after that, Sanju. Yeah, Mr. Jha.
The government must deduce upon the very judgment it has pronounced that Sadhvi Pragya is innocent, all are innocent, and everything was fabricated.
Can I have his response?
Only those facts which gives effect.
Can I have Mr. Jha's response? Kindly be so kind, Mr. Jha.
Let me. Lokesh Jindal, who is a nobody.
Why do you bring the script? The one who has simply wrote it, the one who has simply mugged up a script.
Okay, now you can stop it there, Lokesh. I'm going back. The question was to Mr. Jha, please. Yes, Mr. Jha. Should there be a fresh NIA investigation into the fraud case? Yeah. Why not?
See, we are in 2022.
I'm aware of that.
Get back quickly to the facts of the case. 2008. Now, so each and every witness is turning hostile. Now we have a witness protection that was not offered to the witnesses. I don't know how the investigation or the witnesses were treated in this case. Every aspect has to be investigated.
Yeah.
Further investigation has to be caused in this. I agree with the further investigation.
Nope.
Second thing is that the accused person is on national TV. The accused person is saying something which is a statement under 313 before the court. Now, if he says before the national media that these things have happened and he has been treated like this statement should go before the court.
Yeah, so he's saying He is saying it. He has said, I have made this statement. 1 minute. Mr. Upadhyay, can you be in the middle? I have Mr. Upadhyay in the middle. Chandrasekhar Jha, 1 minute. Sanju on the left, 1 second. Mr. Upadhyay, have you made these statements in the court? 1 minute, I'm asking him, the statements you're making on television, have you made them in court? Have you not made them in court? Would you make them in court? Are they part of court proceedings?
So I have made it in court on various occasions in NIA court as well as JMFC court. Every time that I was produced.
No. Have you recorded the statement under 313 before the NIA court? 313 after the
let him speak. No, Mr. Jha, why are you trying to interrogate him? You know what he's been through. You know what his family has been through. Let him speak. You asked a question. Don't try and do this.
He might be.
No, let him respond. No, Mr. Jha, don't try and... No, don't try and gheraw him. Let him respond to you. Thank you. He's responding to you. Fine. Yes, Mr.
I have made the statement the very first day I was produced before the court. I have made this statement over in front of MCOCA court. I have made this statement in NIA court. I have given it in writing.
Exactly.
I have gone up to High Court.
So the court has to... So
the book has also been published.
I know you've said it. I know you've said it. And by the way, Mr. Jha, can I just tell you one thing? Listen to me, okay? Who are you to give out decisions? This is a fraud case. Mr. Ramesh Upadhyay has said this in court. Colonel Purohit has said this. Sadhvi Pragya has said this. Republic is reporting it.
If you want a further investigation, you are itself.
I'm sorry, but this investigation is turning out to be a fraud, right? Okay, we'll get a quick response from...
I need to come in.
Yeah, okay.
Or now, please, may I come in and make a quick point?
Yeah.
Or now, one very important point that needs to be mentioned here is that there is a letter dated 29th June 2009. This is in the public domain, and the letter is by the Sanctions Committee of the United Nations Security Council. So I'm saying this with a lot of responsibility. The Sanctions Committee of the UNSC says that the people who were very central to the Malegaon blast and also had close links with the Samjhauta Express blast, which took place a few months after the Malegaon blast. A. Nurul Hudda of the Simi, Arif Kasmani of the Lashkar-e-Toiba, and it also mentions David Headley. It also mentions the ex-Simi chief Safdar Nagori, his brother Kamruddin Nagori, and their close accomplice Abdul Razak. So let's be very clear that the very lobby which is quick to incarcerate Colonel Purohit, is quick to incarcerate Ramesh Upadhyay, is quick to incarcerate Sadhvi Pragya. आज तक इनकी जुबान से I have not heard them condemn David Headley, condemn Arif Kasmani, condemn Nurul Huda of the Simi, condemn Safdar Nagori of the Simi. So these are double standards by people who actually enjoy peddling the narrative of Hindu.
But you know, this case, Alisha, is moving fast now because. Atik,
you are hiding.
Atik, you see, the truth is going to come out. There's no point panicking.
No, she is hiding behind all these people.
Nobody's hiding behind. We are putting facts out. Everything that we have. By the way, I want to tell you. The documents I have been placed before the special court for NIA, Greater Bombay City Civil and Sessions Court in Mumbai. I can give you the name and deposition of the witnesses. I can give you the numbers. It's all on record.
The present government provides security.
Don't worry. It'll come out. You'll be very embarrassed when it comes out. So, Alisha, what about Alisha? Are people not impatient? I mean, I can see Ramesh Upadhyay. Are others also not impatient now, waiting so long? Their lives being destroyed because of what has happened over so many years, a decade and a half. When you speak to them, what do they tell you?
They're just fighting for the justice. It's been 13 years. I've been seeing most of the accused, they're actually going to the court, seeing what is happening in the trial. And they just, what is happening in the trial? It's just the witnesses that has been, the testimony which has been recorded before the court, they are turning hostile. And what are the most statements says? That we never recorded the statement before the ATS back in 2008. This is the most of the 29 witnesses which has given a testimony before the court. They are clearly mentioning that we have never recorded.
How long will this case take now?
It's been now more 100 witnesses. Their testimony has to be recorded.
How quick? How long will that take?
It will take almost a month or 2 months because it's a regulatory trial.
Well, I really hope this.
It will take a couple of years.
MR, Sandeep, but MR, you see, this is sad. I'll tell you one thing. When people do wrong and when wrong allegations are put, you can't be made to. The weight also, Sandeep, is a torture for the truth to come out. I think there must be something fast tracking on this. What do you think, Sandeep? We need a fast tracking on the case.
Must be, and I think you should lead the campaign. You need to do a weekly reporting on it. How many people have been interrogated or witnesses have been heard by the court. That's the only way, I think, and I'm sure you are capable of doing it.
No, there is a day-to-day hearing, but yet the process is so excruciatingly slow.
I think I request us, I will take it up regardless of what the other media does. I feel there is so much prejudice in some of the other media,
The Congress has the history of actually mollycoddling terrorists and terror apologists.
Okay.
Digvijay Singh said Osama G, Zakir Naik G,
it was in Madhya
Dawood Ibrahim G, Syed Salahuddin G, David Headley G.
How can you always bring the Congress? You can always drag Congress into this particular process.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are her views. Everybody has a right to have their views. The views of the panelists are not my views always, but they must be allowed to have a view, including yours. Your views are not my views, but you have to let your views also be heard. But viewers, I promise you that we will put more people to crusade for the truth in this case. Thank you so much. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, here is an excerpt from my interview I recorded earlier today. It will be played out of the weekend, the full interview with Dr. Soundarajan. Now, she's the Telangana governor. There's a war between, it seems, the Telangana governor and the chief minister. She says, my phone is being tracked. She says, I'm under surveillance. She says, I'm not being given respect. She says that I'm being dragged into all kinds of cases. And most importantly, she's saying there is active discrimination. My events are being boycotted, that there is an ego battle that the chief minister has. There is a misogynistic approach that the Telangana government has against me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's her word against KCR's, but you have to hear this. Here's a clip. Dr. Soundarajan, you've been